Ivan Ivanovich Blagodyr, the pedagogue of the Institute of Performing Arts, where we are now, and the festival is going on with the support of this theater where we are presently. This is the Students' Theater of the Performing Arts, and at the moment I want to invite Ivan Ivanovich Blagodyr to the stage, who together with his students will carry out the very interesting program on the vocal and the speech techniques. So very welcome, Ivan Ivanovich Blagodyr. I wish to everybody to have a very fruitful work, and I'm very thankful to Ivan Ivanovich that you agreed to take part in this conference and in this festival. I'm very thankful to all the students, and I wish you success and to get the most favorable impressions to our spectators, and I wish you to learn the wonderful techniques from our pedagogue. Good morning, or maybe good afternoon already. As the artists say, in the morning only kittens play well, but we will really try to make our best to perform this masterclass in the best way, in the possibly best way as we can. I want to acquaint you with the fourth course of our institute, which is going to be to graduate this year. We've made many performances, so totally it's going to be 5 or 6 performances released. So today I want to represent you to you. They are going to retreat behind the curtains to get prepared for the performance and to show you some interesting things for you. So, okay. I let the students leave the stage. And now I would like to start with the fact that, if you don't mind, I'll take a seat. With what all the life of a student begins, it always begins with some exercises. And usually the first and the second grade, they have a maximum number of exercises. Then, of course, they decrease in their number, but a good actor is always being trained. The whole life of his goes on together with exercising and training. We're not an exclusion. We're working on that, and you will see what we do, why we do it. And I'm going to tell you about all those things which are, well, actually maybe typical. Now, many say that an artist, an actor, is going to be a universal actor, should be able and skilled for acrobatics, for vocals, for dancing, acting. Of course, all this is a good thing, but what is the quality of all these skills? Because all of us, in having graduated from many institutes, we all have all these subjects in our curriculum when we study. But what kind of a quality of the material you get, and what kind of quality of skills you raise due to your education? We will show you what is the material and what we do at our course, and I will show you why we do it. For us, this is very important to develop the perfect quality. All the exercises are targeted for the perfect quality of to perform the material which we are going to use. And of course, we start with exercises always. We perform the exercises. Maybe for many of you it will be kind of a discovery. At our course, we perform the exercises according to American composer and pedagogue and the musician. This is Bob Stoloff, who invented the jazz school of the jazz vocal school, who started as the instrumental player and then just continued to work as the improviser. And he created the whole school. And there is a number of school or study books which really teach the jazz vocal books. They are very interesting. You can find them in internet. And we also use these textbooks. But these are solo classes. this book implies solo classes. So our angle at which we look at all this, we focused on the work implied at the course. You will see what these exercises are needed and what we can do with them. And we will show you the result, what we can work out of all these exercises. And we made kind of a mix in order to make it most interesting. We combined it together with the stage movement, with plastique, and the body language together with music, so to make it most interesting for you to see. So at the moment you will see the exercises.
Спасибо.
Thank you very much. Well, here you saw the exercise. Why are we doing it? And what we can work out of this, and why we take these exercises. There is a whole plast, there is the whole field, the whole layer. This is the jazz standard. And what jazz standard is? This most oftenly, these are very popular hits, the jazz songs, which jazz men use it as the base for individual treatment of this very material. So out of basing on these exercises, the jazz standard comes out, and usually on our course we usually have jazz standards, and you will see it today. We have the pianist Alexei Bogachev works with us. Anna Velichka, the student of the course, which shows Shulebab, the jazz standard. Thank you very much. And the summertime, Mikhail Сыромятников.
And the living is easy. Fish are jumping and the cotton is high. Well, your daddy's rich and to mine's good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. Summertime and the living is easy. Fish are jumping and the cotton is high. One this morning and your mind's good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. One of this morning you go to rise up and sing me. And you spread your wings and take to the sky. But till that morning. And if nothing can help you, nothing can help you with your daddy and mommy standing by. It don't mean a thing if you ain't got the swing. It don't mean a thing if you ain't got the swing. Summertime and believing is easy. Fish are jumping and the cattle is high. Well, your daddy's rich and the mice good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry.
And then further on, we again pass to our exercises, but we go to a different category, to acting, and this is observation. During the years with this course and with the previous course, we regularly go to Moscow to some contests and festivals, and in the Shukinsky Theatre School we took part in many contests, and during our last trip this course was a winner award of the Golden Diplomas. That was a festival of the music of the theatre, theatre of the music, and we had very interesting observations that were shown by other theater shops, made by different theater studios in Moscow. Because over there, the student had their specialty in the actors of musicals, and this is really very hard to make observations of the musicians working. This is not the synchro booth or some replica making, but these are real observations of real musicians. And last time when we were in Moscow, there was a course of Kudryshov from Gitis. We were really very much favorably impressed by that work, and we tried to follow this direction. You will see our work and exercise they perform when we look closer at the actresses and actors. Well, of course, you will understand that all this is meant for a small stage, which implies a very short distance between the audience and the actors. So this performance is made by Andron Nakonyeshnikov, who is the... So this is an observation which is called people. In this case, these are musicians. So here we showed you a very short piece of observations made over the musicians. Of course, we've got more observations, more pieces with different instruments, like with the piano and even the harmonica. I just wanted to mention the pedagogical, the list of pedagogues on our course, and they're very unique. So this is Yuri Andreevich Vasilyev, the honored worker of culture, who teaches speech technique, and we're very happy to work with him, and students love him. And I know very many artists in the city who believe him to be their teacher. Then Pyotr Mikhailovich Simak, the pedagogue, and you know him. Anton Andreevich Akaneshnikov, this is the man who works in Alexandrinsky theater. We have the performance of Anastasia Bukreeva, which means the stranger, which is the stranger, the performance. Very interesting and conflicting comments caused this performance, so I recommend highly to watch this. Then the director Yudoshin works with us, and we also have brilliant pedagogues on our course who have their own school of musicals, which teach here the dance, and you will see very complicated dancing techniques. This is Denis Eisen and Maria Vasilchenko, who are the pedagogues on dances. And now we're going to see another work. This is Mikhail Bulgakov. This is the card story. And Ekaterina Bezdal acting there.
Михаил Булгаков. Бубновая история.
Эпизод 1. Сон и Госбанк. Мохрикову в номере гостиницы приснился странный сон. Громадный бубновый туз на ножках и с лентами на груди, на которых были написаны отвратительные лозунги. Кончил дело, гуляй смело. Туберкулезные, не глотайте мокроту.
Какая смешная пакость.
Тьфу! Молвил Мохриков, оделся и отправился в Госбанк. В Госбанке Мохриков мыкался часа 2 и вышел оттуда, имея в портфеле 9000 рублей. Человек, получивший такие деньги, пускай казенные, чувствует себя совершенно особенным образом. Мохрикову даже показалось, что он стал выше ростом на Кузнецком мосту.
Не толкайтесь, гражданин.
Сурово и вежливо ответил Мохриков и даже хотел прибавить.
У меня 9000 в портфеле.
Но потом передумал.
А на Кузнецком кипело, как в чайнике.
Ежесекундно пролетали мягкие машины.
В витринах сверкало, переливалось,
И
лоснилось.
сам Мохриков отражался в них с портфелем то прямо.
То кверху ногами.
Упоительный городишко Москва.
Начал размышлять Мохриков.
Прям-таки элегантный голос.
Сладостные преступные мечтания вдруг пузырем
приезжают команды, пожарные тушат, только фиш с маслом. Не потушишь, если, ну, как следует загорит. И все сгорело к чертовой матери. Входящие, исходящие, выходящие. И вот у меня в кармане.
Директор в Ростове-на-Дону.
Ай, себе возьми. Ну, приезжай я в Ростов-на-Дону. А наш красный директор, ну, взял да и помер от разрыва сердца. И к тому же опять пожар. Сгорели бухгалтеры, ассигновки. Ищи тогда концов. И вот у меня в кармане беспризорные 9000.
Знал бы наш красный директор, о чем мечтает Мохриков.
Но он не узнает никогда.
Эпизод 2. Анна.
Она вынырнула с Петровки, юбка до колен, клетчатая, ножки стройности совершенно неслыханной в кремовых чулках и в лакированных туфельках. На голове сидела шапочка, похожая на цветок колокольчик, глазки. Понятное дело, а рот был малиновый и пылал, как пожар.
Кончил дело гуляй смело. Почему-то вспомнил Мохриков сон и подумал.
Дама, что надо. Ах, какой город Москва, прежде всего, если бы сгорел красный директор.
Вот
Таня. Пардон.
Я на улице не знакомлюсь.
Пардон, я ничего.
Странная манера увидеть даму и тут же пристать. Вы, вероятно, провинциал.
Ничего подобного. Я из Ростова, сударыня, на Дону. Я инкассатор.
Красивая фамилия.
Помилуйте, это должность моя такая. Я инкассатор из Ростова-на-Дону.
А что такое инкассатор?
Ответственная должность, мадам. Деньги в банках получаю по 9, 12 тысяч и даже больше. Тяжело и трудно, но справляюсь.
Говорил я тебе штаны в полоску брать. Разве можно в таких штанах да с дамой, да на Кузнецком мосту, да в Тульском?
Скажите, деньги это интересно.
Что с деньги? Деньги тлен.
А вы женаты?
Такие молодые и одинокие,
Как что?
пылинка.
Сухаревская Садовая, 201. Вы ужасно дерзкий инкассатор.
Помилуйте, я только в номер заеду, переоденусь. У меня в номере костюмов гибель, это, так сказать, дороже. Не обращайте внимания, рвань. Какая у вас шапочка очаровательная. А что на ней вышито?
Карты. Тройка, семерка, туз. Эпизод 3. Преображение.
Побрейте меня.
Сказал Мохриков, прижимая 9000 в зеркальном зале.
Слушаюсь. А с волосами что прикажете?
Того этого. Причешите.
Ваня, прибор!
Через четверть часа Мохриков, пахнущий ландышем, стоял у прилавка и говорил:
Покажите мне лакированные полуботинки.
Слушаюсь.
Через полчаса под золотой вывеской готовое платье, он говорит:
А у вас есть где-нибудь, может быть, такая комнатка отдельная, где бы брючки переодеть? Пожалуйста.
Когда Мохриков вышел на Петров, люди оборачивались на его ноги. Извозчики скользко говорили:
Пожар.
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 Я похож на артиста императорских театров.
Эпизод 4. На рассвете. Когда вся Москва была голубого цвета.
И коты, которые днем пребывали неизвестно где, ночью, как змеи, ползали из подворотни в подворотню.
На Сухаревской Садовой стоял Мохриков, прижимая портфель к груди и, покачиваясь, бормотал. Да.
Сельтерской воды или пива. Если я сейчас не выпью, то я, дорогие товарищи, помру. А 9000 подберут дворники на улице.
То есть нет, не 9, позвольте.
Нет, не 9.
А вот что я вам скажу. Ботинки 45 рублей.
А где еще 9 червонцев?
Добрился он рубль 15.
Довольно паскудно выходит. Впрочем, там сейчас аванс возьму. А как он мне не даст? Я приезжаю в Ростов-на-Дону, наш красный директор взял да и помер. От разрыва сердца нового назначили. Комичная история выйдет.
Дорогой Мохриков спросит, где 250 рублей?
Потерял их Мохриков, что ли?
Нет, пусть лучше не помирает. Ай, сукин кот. Извозчик! Где можно выпить пиво в вашей паршивой Москве?
Пожа!
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 Пожа! Казино. Эпизод 5.
О, как?
Человек в шоколадном костюме и ослепительном белье.
Перстнем на пальце, куиром якорем на кисти.
С фокусной ловкостью длинной белой лопаткой разбрасывал по столу круглые металлические марки и говорил: «Пардон, пардон, мюсье, игра продолжается». За круглыми столами спали трое.
Положивши головы на руки, подобно бездомным детям.
В воздухе плыл сизый табачный дым.
С сумочками бегали артельщики, меняя деньги на марки.
В голове Мохрикова несколько светлело после горшановского пива, подобно тому, как светлеет за окнами. «Мюсье, чего же вы стоите на ногах? Пардон, прошу, занимайте место. Игра свободна. Банко сьюви, мюсье!»
Мерси.
Мудро сказал Мохриков и машинально плюхнулся в кресло.
«Червонец свободен?» «Угодно, мюсье».
Мерси. Мерси! 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 Мерси!
Эпизод 6. Конец истории.
Озабоченный и очень вежливый человек сидел за столом в учреждении. Дверь открылась, и курьер впустил Мохрикова.
Мохриков имел такой вид. На ногах у него были лакированные ботинки, в руках портфель, а под глазами зеленовато-гнилые тени, вследствие чего курносый нос Мохрикова был похож на нос покойника.
Черные косяки мелькали перед глазами у Мохрикова, изредка сменяясь черными полосками, похожими на змей. Когда же он взвел глаза на потолок, ему показалось, что тот, как звездами, был усеян бубновыми тузами.
«Я вас слушаю», — спросил человек за столом.
Случилось чрезвычайно важное происшествие, низким басом сказал Мохриков. Такое происшествие, что прямо неописуемое.
Голос его дрогнул, и тут превратился в тонкий фальцет.
«Слушаю вас», — сказал человек.
Вот портфель. Извольте видеть, дыра.
Действительно, в портфеле была узкая дыра.
«Да, дыра», — сказал человек.
Помолчали.
Трамвай сел, сказал Мохриков, вылезали, и вот, ножиком вырезали.
Он вторично указал на дыру.
«Что было в портфеле?» — равнодушно спросил человек.
9000.
«Ваши?»
Ёлны.
«В каком трамвае вырезали?» — Спросил человек, и в голосе у него появилось участливое любопытство.
27-го.
Когда?
Сейчас. Я вот только что деньги в банке получил, и вот форменный ужас.
Сегодня, в воскресенье. Банк запер. Вы, наверное, перепутали. Вы вчера деньги получили.
Я пропал, потом мокрый, как красные дузы снова замелькали у него перед глазами. Да, это я вчера деньги получил.
А где вы были вечером вчера?
Натурально в номере, где остановился.
В казино. Не заезжали?
Я не это. Я не...
А вы лучше прямо скажите, а то каждый приходит и говорит: трамвай, трамвай, даже скучно стало. Дело ваше такое, что все равно лучше правду сказать.
Был.
Ну вот и хорошо. И нам удобнее.
И вам.
Товарищ Вахромеев, тут гражданина нужно проводить.
И Мохрикова повел в охране.
Спасибо.
Thank you.
Вот сейчас,
Thank you. Well, now
посмотрим
we are going to
выступление.
watch a different department of our educative program for students. It is called the vocal ensemble. If you think that when I enrolled my course, I selected only talented and singing people, no, this is not so. When I enroll my students, I try to understand whether these students really need the theater. And the most important thing is that the person, of course, the student should have the hearing capacity, and if he does, then it is possible to teach him to sing. But the most important thing is the faith and desire to study in our workshop. So, you know, it happens that students get accepted to our student, but then after some time they apply to our shop because, well, and the first course is really very hard, you know, to combine all this, to select them and place them together, because I've always been working for dramatic courses and for drama theater, and I want to say that why the ensemble exists. Well, many people ignore this idea of being in the ensemble, but I always keep saying to my students on the first classes that every person is an angel just with one wing, but in order to fly, you need to give a hug to each other, to embrace each other. And ensemble really gets students united, but the highest way of flying is the capacity to hear each other when they don't need a conductor, when they really hear the smallest, the tiniest particle of their partner, because all the tiniest tints of the voice, because this is all your profession. Don't take it as a profession, but your skill to hear your partner, the skill to step in the same voice and to sound like a united thing, like one solid voice, really costs a lot. So now we're going to show our exercise, and these are three different pieces which don't look alike. They're different in stylistics, in their style and in the genre. You will see the spiritual singing. This is Teach Me God to Love. Then the different piece is going to be the folk singing, the folk music. You will hear the wording, Russian folk singing, What is Burning, and we will finish with a piece, Can You Feel, from the Lion King, and all these different genres
нюансировка любого
So for me, it's
произведения,
important to see nuances of every piece, from the slightest piano to the highest forte, and the skill to manipulate and manage your voice, your breathing, your voice. So from the very first classes, we have to develop the skill of singing and develop the skill of hearing the voice.
the rush of day, when the heat of the rolling world can be turned away. And it changed it moment, and it sees me through. It's enough for this restless warrior just to be with you. And can you feel their love tonight? Tonight. It is where we are. It's enough for this wide-eyed wanderer that we've got this far. And can you feel their love tonight? Tonight. Now it's laid to rest. It's enough to make kings and vagabonds believe that very best. There's a time for everyone, if they only learn that the twisting kaleidoscope moves us all in turn. There's a right and a reason to the wild outdoors. When the heart of this star-crossed virgin with ours, with yours, and can you feel the love tonight? Is where we are. It's enough for this wide-eyed wanderer that we've got this far. And can you feel the love tonight? It's laid to rest. It's enough to make kings and vagabonds believe that very best. It's enough to make kings and vagabonds believe that very
Ну вот как-то так с
So you
вокальным
see,
ансамблем.
this is
Сейчас
the
слушаю один
vocal,
номер,
the example of our
переходим к
vocal
другой
ensemble,
главе.
and another
Мы переходим к
chapter.
главе
We come up to the
Курт
chapter
Вайль.
of
Это,
Kurt Weill. This is a
Брехта, который
follower
написал
of
музыку ко
Brecht,
многим его
Bertolt Brecht,
спектаклям.
who made the music for many of his performances. And this is a wonderful composer with a great music. I've been working with Kurt Weill for many years already, and I staged many performances by the Brecht, and I had the work with Semyon Spivak and with Butусов in Ленсовета, the performance which was awarded with the Golden Mass, and Sergei Volkov was awarded with the best, with the award on the best role. This is the course of Anna Alexakhina. I've been working at this course, so our performance that we worked out together with Yuri Butусов, and really that performance had a very high reputation, gained a very high reputation, and had the most welcoming reception in the city. You can make a discovery for yourself, because this author has three periods: the German period, the French one, and he finished in the United States, where he made a big number of musicals which were very successful on Broadway. So all these periods differ from each other to a biggest extent. And the most important and interesting for me is the German, with German language, with brutality of German culture, and it was only because it was his motherland, it was only the war that pushed him out of Germany to France and then to the United States. So I believe that this music is very beautiful, it's great, and at the moment we're working on the performance, and our artist and the director, artistic director, Roman Kaczynski, the director from Lensavet Theatre. At the moment we're working on the sketch work, and we are assembling this sketch work, and we hope for the performance. At the moment we're going to show you a piece. This is a holiday in the in New York, then a cowboy song. Yegor Moralov is going to sing, and then ukulele from Daniil Tokmakov. I want to tell you that I do these things differently with different directors. There is a festival of Kurt Weill. You will see that it might be sung in a different way because his music gives freedom to actors. There are festivals where prominent singers of the classical songs sing it, like up to the rock musicians, and there is a very good film, September Songs, based on the music of Kurt Weill. You can find that in internet, where they all work on basing on his music. Now we are going to show you the piece, the ballads of the pirates or the bandits from the serial of Holidays in New York. Thank you very much. And while they're preparing for their solos from Kurt Weill, I want to tell that for drama acting, never drop the musical instruments. There is a whole row of the musical instruments which will really be helpful to you during the whole life, which is going to be the bread for you, like contrabass. All those people who play the guitar, they can use the contrabass, the guitar, the flute, the piano, so these are all the instruments. People, the students, they came to us, they didn't play instruments, but now they help to each other, assist, and they do play. So now it's a cowboy song.
Wasn't that a fooling thing for the man that crossed his path? And the yellow brick I haven't seen the rather lost his hat. But the yellow brick I ever did she promised to be alone. And the best come down, I haven't seen the text in text. and brown. Oh, there is a grand, though the vibrant free, had the sunshine so clear and bright. On its tail is long in the sun prairie, and the cowboys travel life. It's sun and boots, it's sun and rain, and the variables has arrived. And me and my horse are standing free, and sunshine so clear and bright. Olive was dull, but I happened to stare at them come one day. I took my errand, she the one that looked a little day. But the yellow creek, I never did she promised to be alone. I'm a best come down, I haven't seen the text. In text, I'm brown. Oh, there is a grand, though the vibrant free, and the sun shines so clear and bright. On the tail is long, it is sun prairie, and the cowboys travel life. It's sun and boots, it's sun and rain, and the werewolves has arrived. And me, my horse are standing free, and sunshine so clear and bright.
Daniel Tumakov, ukulele. This is a French.
C'est presque au bout du monde, ma barque vagabonde, errant au gré des lions, me conduisit à jour. L'îlette est tout petite, mais la fille qui l'habite, gentleman nous invite à ne fouler la tour. Yukali, c'est le pays de nos désirs. Yukali, c'est le bonheur, c'est le plaisir. Yukali, c'est la terre qui quitte tous les soucis. C'est dans notre nuit comme Yulette aussi l'étoile qu'on envie. C'est Yukali, Yukali, c'est le respect de tous les fous y changent. Yukali, c'est la prairie de vos amours partagés. C'est l'espérance que yo tocco de tous les humains. La délivrance que yo a notre poder. Yukali, c'est le bonheur, c'est le plaisir. Yukali, c'est le bonheur, c'est le plaisir. Mais cet oreille, il n'est venu. Il y a pas de Yukali. Mais cet oreille, il n'est venu. Il y a pas de Yukali. Et la vie nous entra. La sainte chrétienne, ma la pauvre moutienne, cherchait partout l'oubli, à pour quitter la terre. Elle avait le mystère, j'aime tout mais nous interne. Alcool qu'un Yukali. Yukali, c'est le bonheur, c'est le plaisir. Yukali, c'est le bonheur, c'est le plaisir. Mais cette oreille, il est venu. Il y a pas
And now we have to pass to another very interesting question, especially for the for actors in acting department. This is the vocal for drama actors. And the first problem is the misunderstanding what to take to sing. Because the students, they try to sing everything what they hear from television, on radio or whatever, and they try to substitute or just present everything which doesn't have anything to do with the vocal, with the acting vocal. It might be, well, the first thing you have to pay attention to the text. Text is very important, especially for the drama actor. You need to know the circle of the composer who write in this genre. Unfortunately, we don't have composers, nearly don't have composers who write for drama actors. Well, for example, in Poland, it is called not vocal for drama, but it is called the acting songs. And they use over there different techniques of teaching. And this is what I'm trying to teach, that I believe that this should not be classical vocal. Drama actors do not need the classical vocal. Well, because this is not theirs. These actors just cannot sing classics. The first thing which you have to find is you have to understand what person is this, what does he want to say. Just his manner of speech is a tool of interpretation. The idea is the voice. Using all the here we should use mostly dramatic skills. I just can mark for those who have never been thinking about that. Just look at the example of Gavril Lubnin. Maybe this name tells you something, maybe not. Many years ago, I went to a gallery Beret. This is our artist who writes music and writes poems for that. And a couple of years ago, I bought his discs with his music, and I listened to that. And when I started to listen to it, I discovered that this is a just very interesting. Then look for Tretyakov. There are very interesting things with Vysotsky, but you have to select very carefully what you really sing. For the actors, for acting, this piece is called Butterfly.
Над кустом сирени бабочка кружится. Ах, как тихо в городе, будто бы в лесу. Если, милая моя, с кем другим не сдружится, я того не вынесу, не перенесу. Если, милая моя, с кем другим сдружится, я того не вынесу, не перенесу. В городе таинственном, призрачном, каменном разбросали крылышки по ветру пыльцу. Поцелуй единственный, истинно пламенный, уносила бабочка милому лицу.
Включайте свой микрофон, когда вокал идет, а то мы даем в эфир свой пение.
Над кустом сирени бабочка кружится. Ах, как тихо в городе, будто бы в лесу, если, милая моя, с кем другим.
Городской романс.
Well, the city romance,
Данила Лобов.
Danila Lobov,
Высоцкий.
Высоцкий.
Я однажды гулял по столице, двух прохожих случайно зашиб, и, попавши за это в милицию, я увидел ее и погиб. Я не знаю, что там она делала, видно, паспорт пришла получать. Молодая, красивая, белая, и решил я ее разыскать. Шел за ней и запомнил парадное, что сказать ей, ведь я ж хулиган. Выпил я и позвал ненаглядную в привокзальный один ресторан. Ну а ей улыбались прохожие, мне хоть просто кричи караул. Одному человеку по роже я дал за то, что он ей подморгнул. Я икрою ей булки намазывал, деньги прямо рекою текли. Я ж такие ей песни заказывал, а в конце заказал журавли. Обещанье ей до утра давал, повторял что-то вновь ей вновь. Я ж 5 дней никого не обкрадывал, моя с первого взгляда любовь. Говорил я, что жизнь, мол, потеряна, я сморкался и плакал в кашне. А она мне сказала: я верю вам. И отдамся по сходной цене. Я ударил ее, птицу белую, закипела горячая кровь. Понял я, что в милиции делала моя с первого взгляда любовь.
Спасибо.
Thank you. Vyacheslav Rязанов will show his piece. It is called Lenka.
А я, представь, не верю в эту ночь. Огни мерцают тайнами, в купе бренчат гитарами, а Ленка курит в тамбуре и смотрит в ночь, в такую ночь, что поскорей бы утро, иначе поздно чем-нибудь помочь. Такой уж Ленка странный человек, стоит и молча кается, и не реветь пытается,
и проклинает аиста, что в этот мир меня принес. Ужасно глупый аист, ему бы прилететь не в этот век. Солнцу пожалуйся, ветру пожалуйся, шпалы за поездом пересчитай. Только, пожалуйста, только, пожалуйста, Ленка, прошу тебя, не уезжай. Вот видишь, там горит моя звезда. Ты спишь дождями светлыми, с полынью или вербами, с морями или ветрами, а там в огнях Караганда и пахнет чем-то горьким, как пахнут все чужие города. Солнцу пожалуйся, ветру пожалуйся, шпалы за поездом пересчитай. Только, пожалуйста, только, пожалуйста, Ленка, прошу тебя, не уезжай, не уезжай, не уезжай. Вот парочка московская, точь в точь. Они сейчас расстанутся, и что тогда останется? Дожди, и эта станция, и эта ночь, такая ночь, что поскорей бы утро, иначе поздно чем-нибудь помочь. Солнцу пожалуйся, ветру пожалуйся, шпалы за поездом пересчитай. Только, пожалуйста, только, пожалуйста, Ленка, прошу тебя, не уезжай, не уезжай, не уезжай, не уезжай.
Очень плохой танцор.
Very bad
Алексей Федоров.
dancer, Alexei Fedorov.
Мой дед изобрел балет, он был танцором от Бога. Отец тоже молодец, имел могучие ноги. Сестра моя в падоде, как будто рыба в воде. Лишь я оказался глух к этой фуете. Я очень плохой танцор, очень плохой танцор, очень плохой танцор. Вы мне мешаете все. Потом непонятно как я стал раскрученный типа.
и дергался, как дурак в своих раскрученных клипах. А сам ведь хотел сбежать, бродить в лугах по росе. И вам, наконец, сказать: отщепитесь все. Очень плохой танцор. 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 Вы мне мешаете все.
Очень плохой танцор.
Я мог бы блистать в программе «Звездные танцы», но надо же людям дать хотя бы малые шансы. Ведь я, коль пускаюсь в пляс, непобедим, как морпех. А ваш портарири данс, ну вы чё, блин? Смех и грех. Я очень плохой танцор. 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 Но здесь я лучше всех. Да.
И блок этот завершил тирольская народная песня.
And Tyrol folk song, A Joke. Михаил Сыромятников and Даниил Тукмаков и Седов.
Auf und auf voll Liebenslust und voll Lieben noch. Keinen Kummer in der Brust und es juchen Blut. Auf und auf was kostet die Welt, heilige mir der Tag. Denn es hat sich rausgestellt, dass mir es lieben mag.
So, especially on purposely, we collected a list of numbers for each piece, and I think you got it clear what we wanted to say, our idea. And again, I want to get back to another block of pieces. We're going to show the modern
Но все-таки мы ищем какие-то вещи.
the modern pieces, but still we are looking for very interesting things. It's difficult to find them, but still you are going to see two pieces, two numbers, Mama. And of course, you can count it as the acting vocal. Arsenij Kutsakov is going to show it, and this is the music of Gazmanov.
В полночной тишине ты пела песни мне, и улыбался я тебе во сне. Ночные облака качали на руках, и вдаль несла нас времени река. Мама, я без тебя всегда скучаю, мама. Хожу и поезда встречаю, мама. Как грустно мне без теплых рук твоих. В тени ночных берез, наивных детских слез, когда ругала в шутку и всерьез, вставал и уходил, прощения не просил. Как жаль, что я таким когда-то был. Мама, я без тебя всегда скучаю, мама. Хожу и поезда встречаю, мама. Как грустно мне без теплых рук твоих. Я иногда боюсь, что в сердце моем грусть поселится, и я твержу вернусь. В те детские года я знаю, все отдам, чтоб быть с тобой навечно, навсегда. Мама, я без тебя всегда скучаю, мама. Хожу и поезда встречаю, мама. Как грустно мне без теплых рук твоих.
The next piece, Look at Me Now.
Prohibition, they can shout it. Revolution, round about it's my solution. Time to cover love it before it's too late. I was born in a ditch in West Virginia. Went away from home at 10. Rubber right on that ditch, and holy cow, just take a look at me now. I've been learning, oh yeah, still on the edge, for more than just a couple of men. I've been peeling up pain for wow, woo. But I want you to look at me now.
Спасибо. И вот мы подходим к завершающему блоку.
And here we are passing to the final piece. This is what used to be our aim, our target, the plastic and vocal and bringing up and pedagogical things which we try to achieve in our artists. So what you are going to see now, this is a synthetic combination of all those skills which we try to raise in our actors. The only thing I wanted to say that we sing in original way. This is my position and the position of the course, because no need to translate. However good and positively good, we're going to have translation. The translation of the musicals will never get coincide with the music, because the music was written, composed for a certain language and culture and spirit of this very country, in order to learn to sing it in a best possible way. We need to do it in original way. We have to keep to original text. Well, for me, this is very important, but I should tell you, like our best singers like Otiva, Larissa Dolina, who sing perfectly jazz and have very beautiful vocal, and who were the first started to use melismas, and they are the best of all our singers. But they were learning from vinyl disc, which they used to bring from abroad. They learned the manner and the way it was sung originally, and the whole world in the musical theater sings songs the way they were written. Like in Italy, they sing Tchaikovsky in Russian language. In the Mariinsky theater, they also sing Italian operas in Italian language, and French language. So we stick to the original language.
Bless this day, pinnacle of life has been joined to life. The heart leaps up to behold this golden day. To be wife, and we're getting married. Pardon me, is everybody there? Because if everybody there, I want to thank you all for coming to the wedding and appreciate you going even more. I mean, you must have lots of bad things to do, not to water just to pull. Well, another man I'm gonna marry, but I'm not, because I won't join anyone as wonderful as his. Thank you all for the gifts and the flowers. Thank you all. Now it's back to the showers. Don't tell Paul, but I'm not getting married today. Thank you. Good night.
What are you doing, Amy?
I need to go.
Amy,
No, I can't. Sorry, I can't. Everyone need to know I can't.
Amy!
Bless this day, pinnacle of life has been joined to life. The heart leaps up to behold this golden day. Listen, everybody, look, I don't know what you're waiting for. Wedding, what's a wedding? It's a prehistoric ritual where everybody promises fidelity forever, which is maybe the most horrifying word I've ever heard of. Followed by a numerous suddenly curious. Get settled with another, wanna kill marriage can shoot. Thanks a bunch, but I'm not getting married. Go have lunch, cause I'm not getting married. You've been grand, but I'm not getting married. And don't just stand there, I'm not getting married. Don't tell Paul, but I'm not getting married today. Go, can't you go? Why is nobody listening? Goodbye, go and cry at another bell.
process wait. If you're quick for a kick, you could speak hypocrites and in fact please on my knees. There's a human life at stake. Listen everybody, I'm afraid you didn't hear. What do you want to see crazy lady fall apart from you? If this isn't only Paul who may be ruining his life, you know what's fabulous dentist. Telephone man is about to take the set to see him out about Monday. We're floating the huts and without a garbage, I'm not well. You've been swell, but I'm not getting married. Clear the hole, cause I'm not getting married. Thank you all, but I'm not getting married. And don't tell Paul, but I'm not getting married today.
Bless, bless, bless this day, pinnacle of life has been joined to wife. The heart lives up to behold this golden day.
Today is forever. You go, you know I adore you. But why watch me die like a light on the ice? Just look behind, I'll collapse in the after right before you. So take back that gate, not the shoes in for the right. Maybe I don't wanna come and tell, but maybe come and talk in the night. And I think I'm gonna wait till you wanna see me better. Do you have to live out to the before you have to go and watch your hero? Take all the way to the living place, not the sun, but the nice bottle. So I'm not getting married, but I'm not getting married. Who is the reason I'm not getting married? I see what you I'm not getting married. Let's just pray that I'm not getting married
Спасибо.
Thank you.
Bring on that man. Весело.
Bring on that man.
was a time, I don't know when, I didn't have much time for men, but this is now, and that was then. I'm learning. A girl alone, or on her own, must try to have a heart of stone, so I try not to make it known. My yearning, I try to show I have no need. I really do. I don't succeed. So let's bring on the man and let the fun begin. A little touch of seeing why wait another minute. Step this way, it's time for us to play. They say we may not pass this way again, so let's waste no more time. Bring on the man.
Спасибо.
Thank you. And now you will see another piece, which is called Poison. Valeria Горбушина, Alexey Fedorov, Daniil Tukmanov, and Alexei Sidov.
Are you ready, B?
Yes. Yes, I'm ready.
Boy, I must warn you, I sense something strange in my mind. The situation is serious. Let's curious cause we're running out of time. It's so beautiful relationship the same from the start. But it's also deadly when love is not together from the heart. Oh, it's driving me out of my mind. That's why it's hard for me to find. Can't get it out of my head. Miss her kiss so long, that girl is poison. Never trust a big bite and a smile. That girl is poison. Yes, she. If I were you, I'd take precaution before starting me to fly go. Because in some portion, you'll think she's the best thing in the world. Cause she's so fly. She drive you right out of your mind and steal your heart. And when you blind, beware she's scheming. She'll make you think you're dreaming. You fall in love and you'll be screaming demon. Poison deadly, moving it slow. Looking for a better fellow like him, Tivo, getting paid late. You better lay low. She made her husband and the whole show. The low for her, she can act like an afro. But just say no, she's doing it to you, but I know he's a loser. Me and the crew to do him poison. Never trust a big bite and a smile. That girl is poison. Yes, she is. I'm the boss, she breaking and taking him all the night. I played the wall, check at the fellas, the highs and lows. Keep what her open, the clock in the hole. So one particular girl, she stood out from the rest. Poison us can divide my chest. Being spinning around in the show. They'll be devoted. Yeah. Now you know, yo, slick, boom! It's driving me out of my mind. That's why it's hard for me to find. Can't get it out of my head. Miss her kiss, love, that girl is poison. Never trust a big bite and the smile. That girl is poison. Yes, she is. Poison, poison, poison. Whoa, 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 poison, poison, poison. Whoa, 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 poison, poison, poison. Whoa, poison, poison.
Спасибо.
Thank you. And here, the final piece in this block. Thank you. Well, now this course, we invite them to come up to the stage. So all those things which you've seen right now, this is just a little bit, just a little particle of the whole course of things that we study. So our repertoire is really very diverse. So you learned some things. Many of these artists has already started their work in St. Petersburg theaters. This is music hall, musical comedy theater. Many of them will have already started to be on set of the films making. And very soon we start enrolling the third course. This is a little announce of if there are young people, young girls and boys, if they want to dedicate their life to this art, we are glad to see them. If you have questions, we're really happy to answer them. Maybe you've got questions to our students, and every time when I watch them, look at them, I never enroll students just because they sing well. If there are no any instruments but singing, this is not interesting, because you can teach anybody to sing. It's important for a person to be able to hear and to have a desire, for he would have a desire to do things. So if you have questions, you're very welcome to ask them. No one has questions? Okay, then we thank you and we say goodbye to you. Thank you.
От фестиваля позвольте вам вручить вот такой небольшой сувенирный набор. Также такие наборы ждут вас, ребята, мои коллеги вам.
To all of you. Thank you very much for your participation, all the spectators, and we are thankful to all of our spectators online. We expect you to be with us on our online format at 7 o'clock and at 8 o'clock. We're going to show you the performance, The Queen of Spades by the theater, the puppet format. And we expect you to see at the performances of our course, and we will be happy to see you. We have performances today and tomorrow and on the 20th of October. Thank you very much again.